Warning: this podcast may contain adult content or language. It also might contain content that could be seen from others as uncomfortable or upsetting due to personal reasons. If that is the case, then please proceed with caution or stop the video, as we at the table are comfortable in most circumstances. This is a safety blanket meant for all individuals watching these episodes, as it is unclear what story content will be displayed. Hope you enjoy the story.
Why, hello, and welcome back to Double Time with us, your only other people here.
Yeah. Probably will only ever be us two as well, in reality.
Yeah, probably.
So get used to that. Anyways, welcome back. We are going to go into the recap here shortly, but let me just say this. If you're ever, curious about any tabletop RPGs like Star Wars games or White Wolf, stuff like, and Pathfinder for sure. Definitely check out RPGLeague.com. They've got their landing page up right now, but you can look them up at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and they've got tons of reviews out, videos of their tournaments and winners. You should definitely check them out, though. They're pretty interesting, and when I was reviewing it, it looked like tons of fun, so hopefully they bring them out to this area, so that way I can actually broaden being a DM for other tables and see how other play styles work.
Already trying to get rid of me, are we? Shame on you, sir.
Yes, I am trying to replace you slowly with RPG League.
Yeah. Well, there's a better place to do it. Aha, there's your plug.
But no, they are actually very great. Where we last left off, it was a mundane day. We learned quite a bit of things, as well as the murder of Krishnov, the dear imp friend that has been with us since the very beginning.
May he rest in peace. I would have said rot in hell, but I mean, we're already kind of there.
I mean, he was also already doing that, so
we did him a favor then.
It was mercy, as nobody who witnessed the last episode will say it was, as I turned him around and blasted him into oblivion.
You called Jester a savage, you hypocrite.
You stabbed him twice.
One was a stab of passion.
And the other one was a stab of hatred.
Maybe.
Though, during that segment, we talked to Sazeth through magical means of Speak with Dead spell, and learned numerous of things. One, our dear someone from the Shadowfell is working along with Generoth. And they're working together. So, as we have assumed, it will probably end up being Strahd, which is a horrible idea of A, why he would come here, B, he's looking for us. That is never a good sign.
Most definitely looking for us. He is a very vain...
just before... Hannah's just not strong enough yet. Then she can fuck up his day. Anyways, we learned that. We also learned, in conjunction to what Generoth is trying to do with overthrowing everything and breaking the entire governmental system of the Nine Hells, one of the Araness is also working with him. Not Izith. However, it's someone. It's someone.
Yep.
Which is not good, because a lot of things... Oh, we have told a lot of Araness a lot of things.
Yeah, maybe a few too many.
We've trusted in 3. When, in reality, we shouldn't have been trusting in 1.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
So, that's always fun. Apart from that, nothing else really happened. We got a little bit of some history on Ben and how he was from Pine Hill, being a carpenter, which is why he is now currently a jacked builder. And we just wait.
Just got to give everybody, even the small people, their chance to shine. And Ben is as uninteresting as I imagined.
He is a very basic carpenter boy who is probably older than us. Maybe not Jester, because Jester is like 100 years old in his mind.
He's just a withered old man.
But other than that, our plan was to try to frame the ice devil underneath Gandok.
With a horribly long name. Starts with an M.
Marindark. No. Merganok.
Yes.
Mergranok. Regardless. Other than that, we are just sitting down, discussing with Ben, enjoying some idle chit-chat, and my phone is having a stroke, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. For some reason, it is not liking the charger, and is flipping the fuck out. Anyways, we'll roll right into this. So, Jester.
Why? Hi.
You regain consciousness in front of Ben, and your wings are unfurled. You're in the basement of your living quarters, more or less. Other than Ben, you don't see the twins. You see a few meager folk here and there. Some of them are just kind of huddled away, trying to hide.
Well, first thing I do is I retract the wings.
Okay.
Entirely.
You fold them back in?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the wing, it like latches upwards in several different points and just impossibly gets smaller and smaller until it folds away into your back and vanishes from sight.
Next, I shoot some finger guns at Ben.
Let me make sure I'm recording. Okay. Yep, you see some finger guns at Ben. Ben looks at you. He does some finger guns back.
Nice. I give him a hug.
Yeah, he gives you a genuine hug, too.
Hey, nice to see you again. It's been a couple days. 3 days. 4?
We were just talking. Oh, this is the other you, right? Right.
I put my hand up to my mouth. The better one.
Well, are you able to give me food?
More? I mean, yeah, sure.
Well, not now, but I'm just saying.
I pull out a nothing. I just reach into the bag and pull out a big handful of nothing.
You can see he gets a little bit excited, like as you pull out your hand, as he's seen just infinite possible food spawn from this bag of magical food wonders, and you come out with nothing, and he kind of looks a little dejected, a little saddened.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, take this. I reach back into the bag, and I pull out nothing.
Once again, you got his emotions up, and now they're just tattered. He kind of just turns back. Well, I'm glad that you guys are at least safe.
I reach back into the bag, and I give him the rest of that turkey that Anna ripped the leg off of.
You kind of put it down. There's a moment where he doesn't believe you. He reaches out, kind of pushes on it, kind of squishes in. You can see some of the sauce of it, or the oils from it, just kind of rub off on his finger. I'm making myself hungry now, too. Could you go for a rotisserie chicken?
Yeah, I could, too. Fuck you.
Kind of rubs his fingers together. And he just kind of slides it closer to him. Just starts to just devour it. Just tearing into it full speed, caveman style. He rips off the leg, eats that first, goes in, kind of breaks it open in half.
Nice. I'm refined. I am a gentleman of stature. I pull out a corn dog.
I was like, what fair food is he gonna pull out? I was like, in my mind, I was like, popcorn.
A big spool of cotton candy.
I wouldn't hold that against him. So you pull out a corn dog, and initially you're just like, oh, normal corn dog. This corn dog comes out the size of like a foot long.
Holy shit.
It's got even a little dab of what you can assume to be ketchup. You're hoping it's not blood from residue other dead men inside the bag. But then you look at it, it kind of shines briefly with the torchlight, which is a little different than the blood.
Serious question for you.
Yeah.
I will lose all respect for you if you answer this incorrectly.
Oh, God.
What is the proper condiment to put on a corn dog?
Put on a corn dog?
Yes.
Man, you are going to hate me. Well, A, I haven't eaten a corn dog since, like, high school, so...
Either have I, but I mean...
I put ketchup on it.
Okay.
What'd you put on it? Did you put mustard?
I refrain from answering such a question.
I'm gonna guess you put sauerkraut?
Oh, no. Mustard, usually. Or ketchup.
Mustard's fine. At least it's not, like peanut butter or something.
No, it's just fucked. Whoever does that.
I have seen people at high school do stranger things. But moving on from this delicious, now I'm hungrier fucking conversation, you just start to eat this massive corn dog. It even came with a stick somehow.
Hell yes. I will keep the stick.
As you kind of just finish the corn dog and go to put it in, the stick just vanishes. At this point as well, the two twins have come down the stairs, and so have several other slaves.
I sit in the invisible chair.
As Jester does.
Yep.
As you sit down, Ben kind of like looks up with several different pieces of turkey just falling off of his face. The twins kind of look at him with a little bit of good that he's there, gross that he's there, and weird with how he's there. Then they look at you sitting in your chair, unfazed, used to everything that they have witnessed coming from this person that is in front of them with the two personalities.
Oh, hello again, ladies.
Oh, hello.
I cross my legs, so I first pick up my one leg that's on the floor, and then I put the other one down.
Okay. So as you alternate legs, the twins kind of just look at you, A, in utter disbelief, and B, with confusion over their eyes of what it is you're just doing. Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Yes. Would you like some food?
I would. Please. And they both just kind of like lean in closer to try to get some delicious food in comparison to the sweetmeat.
I just hold the bag up and they take whatever they want.
Okay. They reach their hands in, and you can see Amy kind of pulls out this, what looks to be like a pie, but on the interior of it you can see like there's blackberries and several different like dark, like crusted sides to it over the top. So she just pulls out like a blackberry pie.
Ooh.
Mary leans in, holds out her arm, pulls out what looks to be, you haven't seen this type of food before. It looks almost angelic. It's like a cake, and the interior of it looks to be of this dairy-filled, frozen product. And on the top of it, it just says the word Oreo. You don't know what that means, but there's...
That is divine. All praise
she
be
pulls,
the mighty Oreo in all her power.
She pulls out a cookies and cream ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Very good.
And they both just chow down, even though one's a dessert. Tasting like nothing.
What I asked for. Do you have the paper?
They both kind of look at each other, then look at you, look back down at their food, finish whatever bite they currently have. Well, we found a few things, but not to be a downer. They don't seem to be very useful.
Okay.
Well, one, what was her name? Destrin?
Yep.
Destrin had a few others, but she didn't give us anything to go deliver today. It was more so she didn't need it from us. So when we finished, we just left. Did whatever we could do to pass the day. But we did bring this, and they do bring out a single page. It doesn't have Mergonok's signature or ledger. It doesn't have anything to do with Gandok, but it has like a list of other ice devils involved, names that you haven't recognized before, and none of them being Mergonok, but one of them is similar, and you've seen this letter that Anna has picked up, and it's Janaroth's.
Oh dear.
He's on the list. You're not necessarily sure what this list means because it is in oh no, you know what this means. It's in Infernal.
Oh yes, let me leaf through this Infernal for Dummies book.
Don't you normally know Infernal?
No.
Oh. What? Oh yeah, that's right. You know Elven and Common.
And Thieves Can't.
Oh boy. Thieves Can't in the law. You're gonna really know that. Oh shit, you could bestow upon me your knowledge of Thieves Can't. I could write that in a cipher and then cast the fucking...
Not this again. Please. Please.
You need a DC 45 intelligence check to figure this shit out. Regardless, you look it over, and this list, though the names are all there, it doesn't look like there's any order to them. There's not hierarchy, because you've seen Janaroth and how he's been a little bit on the higher end of Ice Devils, or at least based off of what you gather that Anna got from before.
Mm-hmm.
They're just in several different random orders, but at the top of it, there's this rosary image. It's different than what your armband looks like, but it's facing the opposite way. It has a ring over it, and the interior of it, yours is spiny. This one is laced with other small refined threads.
Oh shit. Okay. I ponder on this for a minute.
It looks to be a order of compliance, as far as you can tell.
Mary. Who is this for?
Oh, I don't know. To be honest, we couldn't really read it. All I know is that it's involving all these other figures, and I know this name, and she points out one of them. He's one of those ice devils that was stopping us at the gates the other day. So I just know that this is a list of ice devils, and I thought that it might come in handy to you.
Yeah, definitely. I jot down all these names, and I make my best representation of that rosary on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Parchment.
Easily enough. You also have like your own image of it to kind of base it off of. So you look at it, you do the tracing thing where you get like a thin sheet of paper, put it over it, and just draw.
I'm like, Ben, trace this for me.
Ben like leans in, a few bits and pieces of turkey falling onto the paper. He brushes them off. You can see some oil stains from
greased
the turkey.
My paper.
I'm sorry, but I just have to eat what I can.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Jester's gonna kill Ben over fucking turkey.
My only piece of paper. I like this paper. It's my favorite.
Die, Ben.
So Ben. What path do you normally take to work in the morning?
Well, same as always. I go up the road and go and find my superior officer.
Are you ever alone?
No. It's usually pretty bustling in the streets, and there's other builders with me.
Okay. My eyes linger on him for maybe a second too long, and then I go back to the paper.
Okay. The paper looks fine. Easily enough, you gotta just dry it, and the oil kind of just seeps out.
Oh, you're lucky.
Jester murdered a friend over oiled paper. When we have books of this shit. Anyways, so what are you doing? You have a pretty well rendition of the list and the rosary, essentially.
Oh, great. I give back the actual sheet to the twins. I suppose you need this to go drop this off somewhere?
Oh no, we just took it.
Oh? Okay.
We can go and burn it, I guess.
No. I just shove it into the bag.
Okay. Yeah, you just stuff it inside the bag of holding. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to solve it. Didn't seem important enough for her to warrant worry about it.
It might become an issue later on. We'll see.
In what way?
I do suspect that there will be some kind of fight coming soon.
Oh. Should we hide? What should we do?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Make a perception check quick.
Oh, right. Perception?
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Go on.
There will be well, there are people from my past supposedly coming to the this get together.
Oh. Not friendly, I'm guessing.
No.
That was a long, exasperated laughter.
I'm very concerned. This might not end well.
Oh. Alright then. Well, the best we can do then is try to live, I guess. Do you think it'll affect the archive?
Oh, it might. I don't know.
The best we can do then is just go about as normal.
Look out for each other. And I pointed Ben, especially this one with his greasy hands.
He looks up and you can see his hands are covered in turkey. He kind of just brushes them off on his shirt.
Oh,
Look.
That was a clean shirt, too.
This is not clean. Do you see what I do? And he kind of like, he wrings it out. He wrings it out, and what looks like white is actually just a lot of sawdust and just brushes off. You can actually see it's like an orange shirt underneath.
I just deadpan look at him for maybe a minute. Hand on my mouth, just staring at him. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And goes back down and starts to eat again.
Shake my head.
You gave him a full fucking turkey. It's gonna take him a while to eat. This is the same thing that killed those 2 other people.
That's my calling card. Prepare yourself, Ben.
Prepare to die by a turkey. Moving on.
Greasy. Saturation.
Fucking Wesker. I love him. So what do you do?
Oh, okay. Well, I have business to attend to, so have a good night. And I high-five myself and leave.
You high-five yourself and leave?
Yep.
Okay. Just so you know, you have 2 first-level spell slots.
This is what I get for letting Anna drive. Every time. Who needs spells when you have Anna?
Yeah, to be fair, it is probably a good thing that you're going as rogue.
God. Oh, if I wasn't trapped in here, oh.
Dude, I would be the worst player in the entire world. To be fair, though, we do have to be really like spendy on our spells because it's just us. Nobody else can really do anything.
Fair. Yeah.
Like in a normal campaign, this wouldn't be that big of an issue.
You just wouldn't have spells.
We wouldn't have to deal with it. We wouldn't be like, we have to deal with everything.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
I just leave and I fly away. I fly back to Relic's apartment.
Okay. Yeah, as you're leaving, you start to hear footsteps behind you, and they continue on up the stairs until you get outside, and then you take off, and then the footsteps stop.
Shit. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, Jester's not smart enough to realize what's happening, so he wouldn't do anything.
They weren't like... they weren't malicious, but they were definitely following you.
What form is he in? Are we in?
You're in your... We're still in the Anna phase with the red skin.
I will turn into Jester then. The
Ooh.
OG Jester.
Oh, man. So describe Jester, because I don't remember, so...
He was a tall, lanky dude with black hair, clean-shaven, and green eyes, I think.
I do believe it was green eyes. I also believe he had pale skin?
Yeah, he was almost ghostly. Like, he's very sick.
Okay.
Like, diseased.
Looking pretty close to, like, withered, undead type of dude.
Kinda, but he's not gaunt. He's just thin.
Just super thin. Okay. Cool. So yeah, as you are in the air and you transform, the sickly just bone cracking and skin flaking and then turning into this different hue, it's disgusting. It's just peeling your skin
never
back.
Gets any better.
Nope. Look, it's gonna have to be real. It's not gonna be like, oh, I'm just happening.
Fine, fair.
It's just
I'm not arguing. I just don't like it.
Look, you don't have to like it. You just have to accept it. Just let it happen.
That's advice you should never give anybody.
Also, I'm dumb. We have another 4th level spell slot.
Oh, you mean ones that I can't use?
I mean, yeah. And I know for a fact I also gave you the feature, so you can't use it today.
Fine. Onward.
Yep, so you make your way to Relic's place. The entire city has gotten somewhat dim. People have snuffed out lights here and there. There's a lot less bustling people on the streets, and there's still definitely plenty of devil nature and roaming around business, as most of them don't require sleep. Apart from that, you don't see anything else that's going on. And when you make your way to Relic's place, it's fairly dark on the inside.
Is he even here? I land on the roof and look in.
When you look in, you can see the desk is there. The table is there. It's pitch black, so you can't really see too far. But you can see that there's a large figure there.
I knock on the roof.
From your vision, you can see a figure whose head was down on top of the desk. Just kind of pick up, kind of rubs his eyes ever so slightly, and holds out his finger and just kind of gestures in.
I enter into his apartment.
Okay, the door was locked.
I try the door.
You try the door. It's locked. He stands up, lets out like a huge stretch, and you can see it's definitely Relic as his arms and wingspan topple you like 4 or 5 fold.
Oh.
And he just kind of puts a finger up and lifts this incredibly tiny little like arm lock, and the door just swings open.
Nice. I fall through the roof and land on my face.
Yeah, as you fall forwards, it's about like a 20-foot drop.
Okay, maybe not then. Maybe I do a 3-point landing and break my
Make
ankle.
a dexterity saving throw. From the roof to the ground to accommodate for his size.
I've committed. That is a 21.
Easily, you start to fly down, or you start to fall down, and there's a brief like kickback where you flap your wings and do a triple 180 spin, 180 spin like flip, and just land perfectly symmetrical, just facing him. That was impressive.
Thank you. I have business with you.
This late?
I'm sorry, but I probably can't wait.
Give me a moment. And he turns and goes and sits down behind his desk.
Can I stand on your desk? Is that allowed?
Make a persuasion check.
Fine. That's a nat 1.
You ask this, and he looks at you. We are business partners. This is fine. And he literally just picks you up and puts you on top of the desk.
Oh, be tempted.
You didn't have to really roll, but I thought it would be funny.
Well, I made a huge fuckery of it anyway.
Yeah. We'll say as you got picked up and put on, there's a little bit of wee comes out. Just a little bit. Not enough.
Bit.
That's just not enough to be noticed. But you do wet yourself ever so slightly.
Oh, you scare me quite a bit.
As all he would need to do is basically look at you and you would die.
You scare me a lot, I have to say.
He leans back in what looks to be a very large chair for him. Well, thank you. It's been something I've been working on for quite a while. Same with this desk, and he kind of like pats it out with his hands. And you can see when he does, some of the discolored wood kind of bends up, and he has to kind of shimmy it back into place.
I take some notes. Okay, we
desk.
have official business, and then I have a question to ask you at the end.
All right, begin.
All right, so this is you're aware of us, and I point at us.
Yes, I know.
Okay, good.
A fair amount. I know that you are very different. That the person I spoke to before has been you, and although I haven't acquainted myself, there is a second you?
Mm-hmm. There is a less intelligent, less beautiful, less charismatic version of myself.
Well, then I'm glad that I'm in your acquaintance.
I blush.
You hear in the back of your mind, oh, that's full of horse shit, and you hit the buzzer for just to like hang up the phone, so all you hear is what the fuck, and it just goes into beeping, just
I really hope she has those demons under control. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, yes. So, she talked to our dead friend, who's not really a friend, but also a friend, Sazeth.
She spoke to him.
Well, to his corpse, I guess. His body. Yes.
Oh, I see.
We have a bit of a predicament. So it turns out that there is a conspiracy of sorts, and I hand him the list of names. We know for sure that Janaroth is on this list.
I see.
And the other guy, whose name starts with an M.
Mergonoth.
Yes, him. Those two are definitely on it. The other ones I do not know, but I thought I would bring this to your attention anyways.
He looks over the list, looks over. I don't see a Mergonoth on this list. From DM to player, there was no Mergonoth on this list.
Jester scratches his chin. I might have been confused. We also found out that he is involved through Sazeth.
Yes.
Yes. And there's also another Araness who's involved. Though it is not Izith, and I doubt that it would be Meljin.
Yes, if she was working with them don't think you would be alive standing in front of me. And I don't think Sazeth would be where he is now. My concern...
Sorry.
You have others. No, continue. If you have other information, bring it all to the table first.
There is also the slight issue of a friend from our past playing a part in this.
He leans back. So your personal troubles are becoming a risk.
Our personal troubles are like a disease that won't go away.
So Mirgonath is involved in this by discussing with Sazeth, who has been working with this Generoth, who has been planning to overthrow everything.
Do you think this is worth mentioning to, I don't know, Zariel?
Yes. This goes beyond what we had planned. Gandok, though he being an idiot, is very resourceful. He has others doing more work for him than they think they do. I'm gonna fucking start that sentence because my brain shut off halfway. He deceives people into thinking that they are gaining from him when he is truly gaining from them. I have spoken to Gandok many times, though only being acquainted. I've gathered his personage. With this information you bring to me, this creates a problem. And Izeth is going to have a problem.
Then I take it this problem is also my problem now, right?
You do work under her.
Mm-hmm.
And you wear that mark.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you shouldn't have done that for now, as that has painted you in a very poor light.
Well, shit.
This list isn't the important factor. What is important is the symbolism on top and what it resembles. This is a mark from the second layer.
Oh dear. Can I make a general intelligence check to see if I know anything about the second layer?
Go ahead and roll a history or religion check.
Everything is a big ol' 0.
I was gonna assume, but
19.
19. That is good. So you would know, and as a DM, I'm probably gonna get tons of this information wrong, but you would know that the first and second layers, they're very segmented. They don't usually come into contact with one another very frequently. With that knowledge, a letter of this with a list that it is coming from the second layer to the first layer is not a good sign.
Well, shit.
Typically it is of either emergence or dire changes or needs from the first layer to the second layer.
Okay.
And with a 19 as well, because you rolled so high, I'll say the order of compliance, you're not necessarily sure because you can't really read Infernal, so it's not very useful. You're trying to base it off the book, and you might have gotten a few things wrong. Based off of the order of compliance, you can put together that this is a list of people that are going to be leaving the first layer by order of the second layer.
Oh, that's not good. No, fuck. Oh, God. Okay.
This is definitely something to bring.
Why would they issue this?
I don't know. It could mean two things. It could mean we are retracting from the Blood War. Times are not going well, and they might be trying to revert passage, give them some land. If that's the case, then everyone here will perish. Or it could just be a routine check-in, bringing in their troops to ascertain their values, demote, promote, and go off of that. They've taken, and he kind of like turns the page, turns it a little bit just to like look over the rest of it. It does appear that most of these individuals work under, I'm trying to remember where this was again.
Relic pulls out a very long document.
Ericos. As these ice devils are very much so intertwined with him. Ericos is a very powerful and respectable man. I have spoken to him fairly more than Gandalf. We have sat down for tea.
Oh, very nice.
About the Blood War. Ericos is far more acquainted with the general public than the rest of us. I work under the political gain, and Gandalf works under the war side of this plane.
I see.
My concern is this symbol. Like I said before, the Ice Devils that are on this list work under Ericos. The symbol would go far beyond them, though. Going deep into the second plane. The second layer. Which is why I brought up Izith. This symbol is of her father.
Smoke comes out of Jester's ears for a hot second. I didn't realize that you could have families here.
I will clarify. They're not blood related. But there are still children. Be that
Fair.
as it may, we do age rapidly, if not within few days. Izith and her father are very different, though. Izith was brought to this plane, and was given authority by the Lord of the Second.
Do you think that she is a plant?
I don't think she is. I think someone else may be. Someone from this list going to the second plane.
Oh, shit. Well,
And I, begrudging as it may be, cannot start a witch hunt. As this has come from the second layer, it is far above me. If I try to prevent this, I will surely die.
who could?
You stumped over there?
What?
What, did you say anything?
Oh, I said who could?
Oh, I didn't even hear that on my end. It was just pure silence.
Waiting for this call.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. The only one that would be able to is even remotely possible is Zariel. But that falls into complicating our plans.
I suppose the question I have to ask you then is, what is more important? Promotion or maintaining semblance of whatever this is? I back up a little bit and hold up my hands. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that you crave power and respect and all that. Not holding that against you. That's totally fine. That's cool. But there's no point in having power and respect if there's no one to have power over.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Ooh. He places his fingers on the bridge of his nose, rubbing into his eyes. You can see like the nail kind of pressing up into his forehead. There's a little bit of some blood and ichor dripping down, covering part of his eye and going around it. As much as I grieve, you're correct. Kind of sits up more. By bringing it up to him, however, it's going to put in review into every other portion of this plane. He'll be going over everyone, going over myself, Gandok, Erikos, Oraz, Bel, Izith, Meijin, even the 2 dead incubi and succubi.
Oh, fuck. Then I'm most likely gonna get murdered.
As much as it is painful, my hands are tied. And he just kind of looks at you with like a serious face.
I look at him with a scared face.
Best count your days. This is the best course of action, and I have no other choice. If what you said is true, and one of these individuals on this list, either Merganok, Generoth, or the like, are a plant, sending them to the plane of the second is going to be catastrophic. The further in you go, the more sway you will have and more potential of breaking the foundation of this government and what it stands on. Do not get me wrong, I do not want to do this, as I do see you as a potential partnership. I cannot ruin the foundation of everything that exists solely on one man. Kind of stands up and like places his hands down.
Fuck. Jester has an idea, but it doesn't say anything.
Okay. What do you plan to do?
Cry. I don't know. There's not much that I really can do. We have to tell her. There's no other way around it.
Yes. Then I suggest that you enjoy your time and make your peace. You have until the better part of when I turn this in and when she decides to review the current standings.
Would it be possible for me to attend with you? I just want to see royalty before I get viciously murdered by her.
I can have that arranged. It'll be quite the sight. No mortal sees Zariel.
That would be very, very... I squint at him. Kind of you?
You'll see soon enough whether that's kind or not, as I don't know the answer myself.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Shit.
I do wish that things did not turn out this way, but as I stand, I must protect the foundation that this government is built and founded upon.
I agree.
Best of luck. I will find you tomorrow when I go to return to Zariel.
Okay. My question though. One question for you.
Yes, you did say that you had a question.
It's not a serious question, I know it feels very out of place, but I must ask regardless because I need to know. I pull out my notebook. Explain desk hierarchy to me.
Oh, it's quite simple. It's more of a hobby. A lot of us see this desk, and he kind of like rubs it very sensually.
Oh god.
As a sign of power. The larger the desk, the more power you inhibit. It's an imposing image, and it just became a custom.
It is a very striking system, I must admit. Have you ever thought about adding flame jets that shoot from your desk?
He kind of like looks at you with a quizzical face. I did have those flame jets that shot off to the sides of my desk back in the royal court.
Yes, I know, but I meant like from the desk towards the door to scorch whoever you don't want to talk to.
Kind of like looks down at it, looks at where the flames were before, which are just empty now. Looks back at the desk. You know, if you weren't going to be perishing soon, I would be saying you should design that. You can make quite the souls.
I nod, not quite understanding that they use souls for currency down here. Well, that is everything I had for you, so I will take my leave. Oh, considering I'm going to die, can I ask one favor from you? I hold out my hand. Are you aware of the fist bump?
No. Fist bump.
Yes, it is a sign of respect amongst puny mortals like myself. It is quite striking.
Are you holding your fist out to him?
Yeah. Probably
Okay.
shouldn't, but yeah.
Okay. He kind of holds and clenches his fists in, like, kind of looks at yours, looks at his, kind of like just points it, and then winds his arm back and basically punches your fist. Full force. Let me look at a Pit Fiend quick, because I need to know its stats.
Oh my lord. I'm regretting this.
Page 77.
Please. Be gentle.
I'm gonna say this is equivalent to its claw. Does a Does a 30 hit?
Oh, I mean...
So you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy fuck.
As he full arm punches you and just completely unaware of your current situation, of how much larger he is with his size of fist, not knowing what you mean, he basically punches you straight into the wall, and you just get slammed in, leaving like a gesture-sized crater in its wake.
I kind of just like fall out onto the floor.
You humans have the strangest customs.
I drag myself towards the spot where I can leave.
Yeah, as you're just kind of on the ground, just dragging, limping away. Do you all change shape like that as normal as well?
No, never met anyone else who could do this. No. My arm. It's broken.
It is definitely at least dislocated. Probably has several fractures, and your hand is still numb. Eventually, you get to the door.
I use the wings to pull myself up.
Yeah,
and just fly away.
Yeah, you get outside. Your arm is still like dead armed. Like it's as if you got hit, and your entire arm is in like a permanent Charlie horse. So yeah. So now what's your plan?
Head to bed.
Okay.
I think maybe, or head back at least anyway.
Okay. So as you make your way back, you can see the streets themselves are still fairly not packed. They're not bustling, but there's people in it walking to and from. I say people, they're devils. There's no slaves out. There's nothing of the sort. A lot of them kind of look up at you, and then they see the symbol on your arm. They go back to doing any other business. You make it, yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I want to try to set the arm.
Okay, yeah.
If it is dislocated.
Yeah, just make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, straight roll.
Plus
18.
1. Plus 1.
19. Right.
Okay, because of our ring of protection.
Yes.
So you kind of grit your teeth. You grab one of the shunts from the bag of holding. You place it in there. You grab you think of a corn dog, and then you just rip out the stick and place it in your teeth, and you just grab your shoulder. It's in place.
I walk back downstairs crying.
Yeah, blood begins to form back into your hand. You can feel it kind of getting numb. It's like that feeling when you've been sitting in your hand for so long, and eventually like all that blood starts to like pour back into it. That like weird
pins and needles feeling.
Yeah, pins and needles as your hand is like cold, but the warm blood going through it like warms up the interior, but not the outerior.
I fucking hate that feeling so much.
It's really strange. It's like getting it's like hitting your funny bone. But eventually the blood starts to flow back in, though it's still incredibly bruised, and your entire arm is looking in shreds. You do get downstairs with only a minimal amount of crying.
Good.
You can see everyone else is asleep. Make a perception check.
Oh, 19.
Okay. You see someone that you have not seen down here before, but you have seen this gnome before.
As a player, I know exactly who the fuck this is.
As a character, you would also know absolutely who the fuck this is.
This is the man whose stall I burnt down, isn't it? Wasn't he the only gnome we've met? Oh, no, the gnome from here. No. Yes, that guy.
Man, I guess I shouldn't have reminded you.
I was like, it's like the sins of the past have come. They found us.
The gnome stand that you burned down? Oh,
yeah, when I bought
my god, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
I forgot you did that. I forgot he was a gnome.
Oh, sins of the
No,
past.
it is not that dude, because he is not dead. But yeah, you see him kind of laying down. You can tell he's not really sleeping.
I slither across the floor like a snake towards him.
Yeah. As you get closer and closer, he doesn't move. He just has his back towards you as he's up against the wall, laying down.
I poke my head up and look at him.
As you poke your head up, he kind of just like, this brief moment where he flails and just like, oh. Jesus Christ, I was wondering how long it would take for you to get back.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
Scare
Have we
man.
met?
Oh yeah. Keep forgetting this change appearance throws me off. Let me rehash that. What are you doing? Scaring a gnome when he's trying to sleep.
In my mind, I'm just like, I hate gnomes.
Bag of holding.
Get in the bag. You're so small and tiny, you shouldn't exist. I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I didn't mean to scare you. Just wondering who you were. You look familiar.
I'm just a slave like everyone else. We've never met.
I pull out the coin.
Wait. But you...
Yes, we met in that building that was by the pit, the cage pit.
But you're completely different. The person I talked to was a woman.
I mean, I can be whatever you want me to be, and I wink at him.
In your jester form, with your pale skin, green eyes, it is disturbing. You kind of see like his face give a quizzical, and he leans back.
How can I prove to you that I am who I say I am?
I mean, you have the coin. That's good enough for me.
Fine.
Well, give me a second. He kind of pulls out his coin, rubs the back, looking at you. And then there's a brief shine on the coins. His coin gives a brief glow, and then your coin gives a brief glow. Well, the person I was thinking about is still there. So, you
She
must
says
be
hi,
them.
by the way.
Oh. Well. I needed to talk to you, so I came to find you.
Okay.
We may have done we may have been making a terrible error. It was bad. It was real bad.
Okay.
And
What did you do?
we may have tried to escape through other means, and we joined with the wrong person.
Oh.
They knew who we were, but we couldn't say no. They knew that we were who we were, and we were trying to escape. So we worked with them, and that's not going well. You're the only person that I know that's not even affiliated with us.
Who's this person?
I can't say.
This is all very vague, and if you don't tell me who it is, I will not help you.
You can see he kind of writes himself. Janaroth. And when he says that, you can see his eyes widen and blood begin to pour out from the bottom of his eyes, his ears, and he just lets out this in that moment, you can see him grasping at the top of his head, and his eyes are just starting to bulge out. He grabs at his face, just trying to essentially tear into the back of his mind, and he just falls over dead.
In the bag.
Yeah. So he falls over dead. You look at him. You look around. Everyone else seems to be asleep. Nobody heard anything. You stuff him in the bag quickly.
Nice. Anna?
What just happened?
I don't know.
I've never seen something like that before.
What do we do?
I don't know. He said something about them joining with Janaroth.
I don't know if that's... I had an idea. Or a thought, and it's not good.
Oh boy. You trying to maintain control?
Nope.
Nope? Oh no! You bastard. Oh no. You killed him.
Oh, I think I know why, as a player. Jester certainly doesn't.
Yeah, guy spells a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's not good at all.
Nope. I feel like I brought this up before, but for some reason, D10s and percentile D10s are completely different in like their positioning of numbers. It doesn't make any sense.
I do not know.
It's like defeats the purpose. It's like if someone tries to roll like 2 D10s instead, they're going to end up with like possibly different results because of the different dice.
I suppose, yes. Technically, yes. You're technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Well, regardless. Oh.
What tale of mystery have you weaved here, sir? I have to pick this apart now.
I'm going to be going based off of what you do with the information I gave to you.
That is exactly what the show is about. Double time.
Oh, it is. Because guess what? I have been planning something like this since the beginning.
Wow.
This is the one plan that I had was involving the second layer.
Oh, you're a bastard.
So as a DM and a player, I know nothing about the Nine Hells. So I don't actually know if they ever rarely come in contact with each other.
I know very little, except the second plane is where they have all their courthouses and stuff, where everybody gets judged. So other than that, I have no idea.
That's why I had at least brought up the Ice Devil portion of, since the Ice Devils are always in the royal court, I was like, I know they're court system based.
You're a monster.
Look, I was going with the limited knowledge I knew.
We're thinning out our protection. Strahd is knocking on our door. He's peeking in the window. This is it. This is going to end poorly for us.
I mean, we can get the fuck out.
I suppose.
But I want to save the twins.
Oh,
I could send them both. I could
send... And Ben.
And Ben. Ben deserves it. He's been through so much. Eating that shit sweet meat. Sweet meat.
Fuck that.
Him eating that turkey. It was the most joyous thing of my entire game.
All right.
Wow. I am ready for this shit show and what it's going to entail.
Anna. Jester says he has a brilliant idea, and then you swap. You are now in control.
What? What? Jester, what's your plan?
Plan? Had a plan?
Jester, don't you fuck with me. Don't you do this. I knew
Make
you...
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
fucking you? You piece of shit. 21.
You win by 1.
You little shit. Roll an 18.
Oh, fine, I'll tell you. That gnome dude, may he burn in the bag, said when we first met him, he talked about the stone man, right? Or something like that. Some guy they followed.
Yes, I do remember now. Yes, the coin can bring you to the stone man as well, without needing to know his face.
Probably be a good idea to talk to him. Also, I'm sorry about the arm.
It just came to me. What?
I'm sorry. Never fist bump a pit fiend. I've learned for future.
Yeah, it's like fucking punching a brick wall.
Getting punched by a brick wall.
Yeah, a moving one. Well...
Oh, and tomorrow we're most likely gonna die. So, have fun.
Right, Zariel. So we have to find the stone man tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rub the back of the coin thinking of the stone man.
He's down here in the slave area.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Do I see him?
No. The slave area is huge. It's like... Oh god, I don't even know. It's too big.
We'll assume very, very far.
Very, very far.
So expansive you can't tell, because it's also dark, so you can only really see 60 feet in front of you. Yes, because there's got to be a lot of slaves, so...
Yeah.
Well, that's not useful. It's so expansive.
We gotta try. I mean, this is it, right? If we don't do this, we're dead.
Alright, I'm gonna keep pressing the coin and trying to locate him in the crowd of people down here.
Make a investigation check.
Okay. That's not very good. I believe that is a 7.
7. You travel for maybe close to an hour. Sometimes you'd walk to a certain spot where you felt that he would be, but he's not there, so you turn around and go back, and you do that a lot. But eventually, you come to a point against the wall where you get a feeling that he is, but there's no one around.
Did he melt into stone? I'm gonna walk up to the wall, I guess.
Okay, make a investigation check again.
I'm gonna use my channel divinity to become proficient in this as well.
Okay.
Because we get 2, yeah.
Yep.
And you used one of them.
Yes, for no reason.
Yes, quite literally no reason. It's a good thing I did, because that makes that into an 18.
As you were examining the wall in the dim light created by the whatever the fuck we use, torches? Probably isn't safe with all the smoke and shit, but we use torches.
Well, I mean, it would go up the stairs, so...
I suppose. Fine. Torchlight.
I have the light cantrip.
There's one ever slightly discolored brick from the usual black stone.
I'm gonna press it or pull it out, however.
As you touch the stone, everything around you fades. When your vision comes back, you are standing in a square room about 3 feet to a side. No, a bit bigger, 5 feet to a side. Across from you, sitting in what appears to be like a stone chair, like someone carved a chair from stone, is a skeleton that is also half buried in stone, with 2 horns sticking out of his forehead and 1 eye socket not shrouded by rock.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is he sitting behind a desk?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
He has no desk.
He does not have a hierarchy, therefore no desk. He has this chair he has made himself.
He is a part of the chair, for all intents and purposes.
All right, fair enough. What am I doing here? Is there anything else in this room, or is it just this in front of me?
Just him, sitting there. As you talk, the 1 eye socket that's visible glows with a small orange ember. And you feel this connection between him and you. Telepathic connection.
Oh, great. Jester can get on this now.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen anybody here. How you doing?
Little perplexed.
Mm-hmm.
Worried for the future. Grieving as well. A lot has just happened. I'll start out with this, and I'm going to pull out the gnome friend. This man died maybe an hour ago.
Damn. He was a good follower. Always kept tabs on stuff needed doing. What happened?
Well,
How do I know you didn't kill him?
Because I think he said something he wasn't supposed to. He said that your group helped an individual named Generoth. And the moment he spoke that name, he began gasping for air, and fell over dead. I have no idea what caused that, but it was
so it's
surprising.
True, then. Fuck. You imagine that he fucking crosses his arms. He doesn't, of course, because he can't, but you imagine that he does.
An image of him.
Oh, well, it can't be a coincidence since you know exactly what happened. There have been a number of us dying the same way. Who are you?
Well, my name is Anna, and I'm not affiliated with you, but this man came to me because one of your other trusted allies, or individuals who desired to leave, didn't make it. Just before he didn't, he gave me this coin. I'm going to pull out the coin that I have. I didn't know what it did. I was ready to put it somewhere safe, hide it away, so that way I wasn't connected to it, because it seemed like his last dying wish. It seemed like he was trying to frame me for something, because I didn't know the man. But eventually, this gnome friend came and found me very quickly, explained the circumstance of who you are, being the nameless stone man that everyone followed, and how this coin can bring you there, even if you do not know the person. And clearly, I can understand why.
Yes, well, very good. You have found your so-called stone man. What brings you here? You said you weren't allied to us, so I highly doubt it's to help us.
I want an answer. The tides are changing in this plane, and though on the surface it may sound great, it's going to end terribly. You said the gnome, before he perished, said that you worked, or your group worked with Generoth.
Yes, the fools, a lot of them. Hard to find good help these days. It's been a long time since I've had actual dependable people.
Well, Generoth is probably planning to overthrow everything. The government, the facilities involved with them, the lords of the Nine Hells. He's found some kind of way and is making his plan already in action. From this list, he's going to be moving to the second plane, the second layer. And from there, who knows what he'll be able to do.
Well, it sounds like if he's heading to the second, he might have the last one in mind. That is very bad.
So I want to know what everyone that was here in the Nameless did to help him. Because if that's the case, I can report it to someone else who will be of a stronger ally to us. Even though she is part of the cause of why we are here.
Make a persuasion check. I would have given you advantage except for that last bit.
Okay, that's fine. Didn't need it. Natural 20.
Damn.
Damn.
Fine. They were looking for any sort of assistance that would help them throw off the yoke of oppression, quote unquote. They turned to him as he said he could help them become free. Little did they know that by become free he meant, well, killed for their soul.
I just don't understand.
What do you know of souls?
Well, I know that they're powerful in their raw form. Been acquainted with them while we've been here this entire time. It's some form of energy down here.
Souls keep you as yourself. Your body is nothing more than a vessel. Your true strength, everything you are, everything you have done, and everything you will do is derived from your soul. Without your soul, your body falls limp and useless. But if someone is to harness your soul, they themselves can become, well, whatever you were, whatever you intended to be, and whatever you were destined to be. Gathering souls, as Jannaroth is now, will lead him to becoming an immensely powerful being.
I see. Then the only thing that we can do is enlist the aid in others to counteract him. If you try to stand against him alone, you'll only end up dead. So having allies there is going to bring us what we need.
Now where will you find such allies?
It's hell. Where else is there an abundance of powerful creatures and beings and entities? This goes beyond humanity. It goes beyond survival. If we don't do this, if we don't bring a stop to what Generoth is trying to accomplish, he could lay waste to this entire plane, and then what's stopping him from bringing that waste to every other plane of existence? In the back of my mind, I'm not... she's having a subconscious thought about Asmodeus and how very similar situations this is.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to say anything about Asmodeus. Or think about Asmodeus, because who knows what he's doing in the back of my fucking brain.
The stone man stops and ponders on what you say. You would be wise to seek the counsel of those who would wish to misuse you.
Oh, you blew out my eardrums.
Sucker.
I don't know what that was. I didn't hear it. All I heard was...
I shall repeat this all then.
Something about the council.
You would be wise to seek the counsel of those who would wish to do you harm.
Yeah.
You know as well as I do that you cannot rely on other mortals for this.
Oh, I know. Funny enough, my life was soon to be cut short. But I think with this, that fate might just change.
Funny. You sound exactly like I used to when I was young.
Pardon me asking, how old are you?
I have lost track of the years. I'm not originally from here, obviously. I prided myself on my devilish good looks. But that is a story for a different time.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at a note, at part of the notes I just put down for him. Well, you're doing right by what you're trying to accomplish here, though.
I've been trying to do right for the first time in my life. I was driven by vengeance when I was younger, and it led me down a road that led here, so...
She's gonna subconsciously think about what she's trying to do in a very similar format, trying to bring vengeance against Strahd for everything that he put both her and Jester through in the Shadowfell.
Vengeance is quite the tool. Do not get me wrong, but do not let it consume you.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from there. Thought for another mind. Thought for another time. I think what I gathered here is going to be infinitely useful coming tomorrow. You're not able to move, yeah?
Ah, I thought that was plainly clear to you that I am stuck in this chair.
I've seen magic before, I'm not sure. I've melded into stone myself.
I mean, this is not meld into stone. This is my
Become
prison.
stone. Wow.
I'm stuck here. Forever.
I'm gonna ritual cast Identify on him.
Okay. You do that.
I don't know if it's like a magical effect on him or if there's like a super powerful curse on him or something.
He is extremely cursed. Like 9th level curse. Like he cannot do anything about it. He's here forever.
Hmm. Well.
He's also immensely powerful, I should point out.
Is he evil?
Make an insight check.
Okay. That's a natural 19, so I think that's a 22. My insight's +3, I think.
Whenever he mentions his past, he always does so with a tinge of guilt.
23.
So you imagine that he probably was a less than stellar individual when he was younger, but now in his ripe age of almost immortal, he is very mellow and probably fairly good.
Well, won't forget you. And with every good thing may come with a penance. A time of reprieve. Good fortune, faith. You have explained much to me and given me a key and important role that I must fulfill tomorrow.
Yes. Well, the Nameless they're done. They will not recover. I have played my hand. I have failed miserably. But I do believe that you will fare better. I wish you all the best. Oh, and by the way, your vision starts to darken. If you see a devil in a suit, please murder him for me. And your vision fades.
Is this Maximilian that I'm seeing?
In the suit? Yes, maybe.
Interesting. Is this... Oh man, this is giving me some ties to the other campaign, I feel.
It's hard to put your finger on it.
It's a little subtle. Might not have gotten it. I'm also an idiot and didn't hit the goddamn timer.
Wow.
Based off of this, it's been 25 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit less.
20 or 22, somewhere in there.
I'll say 22, just because I'm an idiot. And by it being 22, will put us... I'll say 20, because then that'll put us close to 2 hours at that point. Okay, good. Now the timer's back up. I'd say that was probably about 20 minutes. Regardless, so... I'm gonna... With that vision, I'm gonna look back at him. The Nameless aren't always gone. As you said, they are nameless. I'm gonna pull out both coins and kind of just put them together. It always must start anew.
There won't be anything to start anew. This is the end of all. You know as well as I do that if he is not stopped, he will lay waste to everything.
Oh, I know.
There will be no other chance either.
And that's why I know that it's not going to end that way. The Nameless will continue on, if not through others, then through myself and my friend. Like I said, I'm not going to forget you. I'm not going to forget this room, everyone that I've met here, everyone who has died here.
Carry those names with you. They will grant you the strength you require. I have one final question for you, though.
Anything.
At the end of your days, when you look back on everything you have done, every triumph, every failure, every moment of glory, do you think you have left behind a good history? Do you think people will, in time, forget you? At the end of your days, who will remember your name? And you find yourself back facing the wall.
If I left a good history, that answer is clear as day as no. I've done terrible things to get to where I am, and as such I am where I am because of it. But I do hope at least one person will be there to remember my name. And I'm gonna go back and go to sleep.
Jester in your mind is like, it's me.
It is Jester.
So, you go to sleep. In your sleep, nothing happens. You just sleep.
Fucking you bastard. I was like, Asmodeus gonna come in here and be like, you have done wrong by me.
Just kidding.
What?
You wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Except everybody is still asleep. And it is still dark. Sitting, or standing, I suppose, because he never sits, is of course your best new friend, Asmodeus.
You little bastard. You fucking duped me twice.
Although he is looking frail and old. He is walking with a solid ruby cane now. Still topped with the pentagram.
You don't look well.
Why, hello. It's been a while.
Better part of half a week, yes. For you, maybe longer. I'm not sure how a being such as yourself recognizes time.
I choose not to. Time is an annoyance. I must apologize for intruding again. I do not like to, but we must talk.
I agree.
Things have escalated quite a bit.
So you do know, then?
I have been trying to outmaneuver you since the start. I must apologize. I'm always playing for my edge. Except now, I don't really have a choice. Janaroth will amass an unstoppable army. He will march on the 9th layer, and he will kill me.
I'm not trying to be rude. In your current state, I don't think he would be able to have much of a fight against you.
I could beat him with my walking stick, but that's about it. My supply of souls has been greatly diminished. My subjects are turning against me, and some even clamor for a new Lord of the Nine Hells. To be quite honest, I have run out of options.
Well, except for me, correct?
And a few others who are probably on their way here. I am having difficulty looking past the hells as of late.
So then what do you need from me? I know you spoke of a favor and for a favor, and you brought back my friend. So I do owe you that favor.
Indeed. And call this that favor. He stands up, straighter, shakily. You will kill him.
Oh, I have every intention of doing
Good.
just that. And my eyes are just gonna kind of flare red.
You pretend not to be, but you are through and through, just as fiendish as I am.
Well, unlike you, I don't know where I dwell from. All I do remember is of recent past. Nothing and nothing before that exists to me, and because of that, I keep an open mind.
Well, I suppose I could tell you where you're from, if you desire. Consider it a gift.
I'd prefer not to, honestly. I know where I'm from. Not factually, but where I'm from is Neverwinter. Everything I've done there, everyone I've met, everyone I've grown accustomed to, and all of my actions, be that as they may not have been of good faith. Thank you, Mew, for coming in and butting into my conversation. cut that out. I don't know yet.
Anyway, Asmodeus takes a step towards you, slowly, and he holds out a hand for you.
I'll grab his hand.
You said you do not wish to know, which is fine. I will not impose my will on you. That is unfit for a ruler such as myself. I will, however, show you something that you might wish to see. You find yourself standing outside the cathedral in the Shadowfell. The corpses of your fellow friends laying across the ground. You see the young girl dead in her father's arms, who's also dead. Spoiler. You see Barst there, systematically digging graves and burying them. He doesn't say a word, nor does he notice you. This man paid for his sins. Almost brings a tear to my eye, if I could cry.
I bet it would be blood.
Oh, maybe. That would be quite the party trick, but regardless. You are in a unique position. You have friends arrayed all around. People who would be willing to help you in the coming days. All you need do is ask. You find yourself standing inside the cathedral. The coffin that was full of the bone dust is not there, and you see sitting next to the well, crying, is Chalet.
Crying?
Crying.
Like alive?
Yeah. Like, completely and utterly alive. Your friend outside saved her from herself. He brought the good light, the joy. Ugh, joy. He showed her that life did not have to end when it did. And now she waits. I must ponder for a second.
As a DM or as Asmodeus?
As a DM.
Oh,
also
okay.
Asmodeus. He also ponders for a sec.
Okay.
You shift again, and you are standing in the keep where you first met Eris. And you see her standing there. She is going about cleaning. You can see that her eyes are red and she's been crying. She was dealt a bad hand. Your friend replaced her and used her image for his own goal. But you know this. We both know this.
Oh, I know it well.
But the real Eris never left. She is well aware of everything that transpired. And she has been waiting countless years, days, weeks of time, waiting to be rescued, as she cannot leave herself. I offer you a choice. Tomorrow, when my lady of the first. Brings you before her. Tell her I sent you. You find yourself standing back in the slave area. I must now go. I am sorry for this abrupt end, but I am, well, quite tired.
Before he leaves, do I get the feeling that what he has shown me is true?
Make an insight check with advantage.
Natural 20.
He is. Without a shadow of a doubt, everything he showed you is the truth.
You know, for someone who yourself has been given a poor hand, you're very forthright and honest, and that's disconcerting in a way, as everything that I've seen, been experienced to, witnessed, this place doesn't suit that mentality.
As he's walking away from you, he looks over his shoulder and smiles. Sometimes the best way to win is not to play at all, my dear. And the dream ends. You wake up the next morning.
Long rest?
Long rest.
Oh, good, we need spells. Jester, I don't like this.
I don't either.
I don't know what it is about this place, but every single one that we talk to, apart from a select few, have been kind. Or at least honest. And it's strange. Everything that I've seen here, people being murdered, stuck into spikes, drained from all their blood, dragged into pools of blood and river. Everything here is so malicious, but yet everyone acts honest, and it doesn't mix. It doesn't make sense to me.
It is very unnerving, I will agree. Sinister, almost. But what do we do? Are they all alive? Our friends?
Well, look at it this way. Even if they're not, it doesn't matter. We have to do what we can to stop Generoth.
But can we do it alone?
We're not alone. We have those that we've met here, not the twins, and certainly not Ben.
Fucking Ben.
But we have Izith. At least for a time. My only concern is I feel like something was being held back. I don't know what, but something doesn't feel right. I don't know if it's just my paranoia, it's just everyone coming back. The people that we thought were dead are alive. Our friends that are there waiting for us. And yet, it doesn't feel real, but it is, which makes me think that something else is happening. Regardless, we don't have much of a choice. As I've said, yeah.
He told me where we're from. I asked.
I have a feeling.
I won't.
Are you content with where we're from?
No.
Then it's not. Where we are from is when we were joined. From mind and body, from soul to soul, from vicious murdering psychopath to other vicious murdering manipulator.
But that's the problem, see? We were never made to do anything more than just that. We are the reason he's free. It was all orchestrated by him. All of it.
So that moment with the tree, when we spoke to that man without a face,
It was all a lie.
then let's prove that he made a grave error. Because he's free. Sure. And he can stay free for now. But we are too. He may have orchestrated us to allow him to escape. But I feel like he did not plan for us to go to where we were. To go where we currently stand, and to prevent what we currently will prevent. He's been going off of his own thoughts, going off of what he predicted, and I don't think that this is something that he could have. I feel like he saw us, gave us an exit, and with that, expected us to flee.
Something tells me that he's playing a bigger part in all of this than he's letting on.
Well, he's here, or at least part of him is. So I'd have to agree with you.
Well, it's been quite the adventure so far. So I suppose we keep going until either he is dead or we are.
Agreed. The only thing we can do is live. And to do that, we must stop Generoth and in turn stop Strahd.
As you speak his name in your mind, you feel a chill run down your back. I will greatly enjoy killing him.
That's Jester, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was
he's not
if that was
frozen. He's not
Strahd.
here.
I was like, Oh. Believe me, the talk with the stone man, it's brought a lot to my eyes, and though I understand where he's coming from, this is less revenge and just sheer hatred. And now, from what I currently know, that hatred was made by him.
I can't wait to kill him and stomp on his grave. And then take a shit on his tombstone. Let's do it. Let's get him.
I couldn't agree more. We will show him just what kind of murderous psychopaths he has created. And that will be his first mistake.
Your face with a creepy, elongated smile.
I'm gonna make a spectral version of Anna appear next to him as well.
It'll be such a shame when he dies.
But yes. It won't be a shame. It'll just be a shame that he won't be able to suffer just as long as you have.
We'll find a way. But we have things that must be attended to today. Like our execution, most likely.
Fair. If we die then, it wouldn't even matter, and all of this monologue will be wasted.
Yep. We'll die like we lived.
Sad.
Exposition. But yes, onward, Anna. And he pretends to, like, ride a horse, but there's no horse beneath him. There is fuckery to spread.
Alright. Well, when I wake up, is anybody else still awake, or...?
There is nobody down here.
Everyone's gone?
Yeah.
Then I am going to go and find Relic.
As you climb the stairs and step outside into the plaza, he is just standing there.
First, I realized that I wanted to do this. Can I ritual cast Detect Magic and walk into the archive?
Go for it.
Is there anything magical that's actually useful?
Maybe.
Shit. Because I meant to do this that other night and totally blanked out on it. Is the one is Denstri or whatever her name is again? Fuck.
She is in there, yeah.
And are the twins as well?
Yes.
Sorry for the intrusion. I'm just here rehashing some notes from my previous job here.
The succubus stands up. Oh, please, come in.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't think we've been formally met. My name is Anna.
She shakes your hand. I am... whatever the fuck my name is.
We have it listed. Hold on. It is... Distrin.
I am Distrin. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
What can I help you with?
Well, my employer, Izith, was wondering about any, information on the magical nature, so that's why she sent me. I have quite the talent with that, and I'm only here to investigate briefly, and I will return it to where it rightfully deserves.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for? Or just something that belongs to her?
Something that can stay here. It was only to ensure that nothing is of ill manner. With, Ilanara, she was tended to keep secrets, and we are here to investigate to make sure that none of those secrets are detrimental to you or the twins here.
Well, she rummages through the desk. Everything was left in her desk. I just kind of adopted her desk. You see, we have a thing where someone dies through specific reasons. Their desk remains, and then whoever takes over gets their desk.
Well, congratulations on the desk.
Why, thank you. The only thing we have here are these. And she pulls out a pair of, like, these orange metallic handcuffs. I don't quite know why she would need these, but here.
Oh. Well, thank you. I will go and inform Izith of these device. I'm not sure what they are, but if it was from Ilanara and her brother, then I can only assume something sexual.
You know what? You're probably right. She reaches into another drawer and gives you a cloth. Probably don't want to touch them.
Thank you. I was actually going to say I might burn my hands later to cleanse it. And I'm gonna very daintily pick it up.
The cuffs rattle together.
If these seem to be detrimental, then we'll dispose of them safely. If they're not, then we can return them to you.
Very good. You see as they rattle, they sound more like a bell than a pair of metallic objects banging together.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the room then.
Okay.
And then when I leave the room, I'm gonna stuff them in the bag of holding. I have no idea what they are yet. Don't have time for this. I don't have 11 minutes to sit down and identify it. I gotta go talk to Relic.
Yes, so as you step outside into the courtyard, Relic is standing there with Meljin and Izith standing on either side of him. Standing there waiting. Oh, well there you are. Good to see
Sorry for
you.
the wait. It was a little bit of a rough dream.
Not a problem, you were exactly on time. So, we are off. Are you prepared?
Yes.
He nods to you. Very good. This will either end very well or very poorly for you.
Fair.
Well, let us go. And you all fly over to the royal quarters.
By the way, just because of... I feel like this would have good dramatic effect. I'm also going to have the dagger, the snake dagger, inside the bag of holding as well.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay. Just letting you know.
Okay. You land outside of the royal quarters. None of the ice devils are present.
That's not good.
You step inside. The two who are in there are still standing there. And they both hold their spears at attention as Relic walks past. He just huffs and continues. The Araneth flank him, and you walk behind him.
Yes.
He throws open the large double doors and beckons for you to enter.
I will follow.
As you step into the room, he closes the doors behind you, and Meljin and Izith walk on either side of you. And he walks up behind you.
Sorry, as well, I'm going to change shape into just normal Anna.
Okay. As you're walking, you just change shape, and these horrible bone-cracking noises. No one pays you any mind.
I didn't expect they would.
Large room, this large 100-foot-long room, at the far end, is a very large central dais with a pillar sitting on it that connects to the ceiling. The front crescent of the pillar has been shaved away, and at the bottom is a throne. All of this is made of like white stone, like marble maybe. Standing all around the throne are ice devils, 10 in all.
How many ice devils are on that list?
8.
8, okay.
Standing on either side of her are Bel and Oraz. Or Bel just being a gigantic pit fiend, like just massive.
Bigger than Relic?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
He has a big desk.
I thought you were going to say he has a big dick.
Get your mind out of the gutter. This is
I don't
serious.
know where that came from.
Aura stands on the other side. He looks like a beefed up horn devil. He has 2 pairs of horns and like 4 wings. Just like super jacked, super big dude. Sitting on the throne, roughly your size, wearing scorched black plate armor with like complete full armor, gauntlets and all, with a pair of large black and red bird wings, is a woman. She is like ghostly white, like chalk white. She has no hair, and her eyes burn with orange light. Around her eyes is like, you'd say it's like really bad eyeshadow, but it looks more like some kind of just darkness pouring out of her, and it spreads up towards her temples. covers like her entire eye socket area. Radiating from her towards you is like this dark red, almost sinister light, like a gold red light, and it just emanates towards you and in every other direction. This is Zariel, Lord of the First.
Intimidating.
From across the room, you hear her yell, as if she was right next to you, "Come closer."
I will step closer, as far as she tells me to.
The Araness and everybody follow you. You walk right up to the edge of the throne. And the two Araness and Relic both bow.
I will bow as well.
When Zariel talks, it sounds like she's talking with several different voices. And you can't quite make out what any of them are. She's very, very powerful.
So what you're telling me is a level 1 guiding bolt right now will not end well.
You will die in one attack.
I will die with a glance.
I hear you have information for me.
I do, your lord.
And what might that be?
There is a individual implanted in your courts who is seeking to destroy every bit of foundation that the Nine Hells have been built upon.
You can see that she crosses her legs and holds a hand up to her face and leans forward slightly. And what proof do you have of such bold claims?
I have Asmodeus's word himself.
The room grows eerily quiet. He does not normally interfere in our business.
He was watching my actions and decided upon that moment to bestow knowledge to me.
Knowledge? Elaborate.
When spending my time in the archives under Ilinara's tutelage and her brother, I found this document, and I will pull out the note that discusses about the... doesn't discuss, but it talks about their contact, Generoth.
Izeth takes the note from you and approaches the throne, and bows as Zariel takes it from her. This is deeply concerning. How did you come about such a note? And please, do not lie.
By taking the life of Ilinara herself.
You can see that, Belle growls at you, but makes no move. You killed Ilinara.
I did, your lord.
She was a pathetic waste of my time. You have my thanks.
Greatly appreciated, your lord. It was also under Asmodeus's idea that I find this knowledge.
Explain the situation to me, please.
Under this information of Ilinara, Sazeth, and Generoth working alongside each other, I took it upon myself to speak to Sazeth through my magical prowess, and learned that Generoth has been working under someone, or working with someone, of an Araness persona, as well as someone from my past known as Strahd von Zadovich, a vampire lord of the Shadowfell.
Give me a second.
Oh boy.
Page 180.
Oh no. Are you looking up Stradvan Zadovich now?
Nope.
Are you looking up Zariel?
Yep.
Oh no. This is not good.
She rolls with a... Mm-hmm. That is a, I know of this man of which you speak. But tell me, why is he here?
To seek the one thing that he's always desired. Full and utter freedom and control of the plains. That is what Generoth and his cohorts plan to do and accomplish by breaking the Nine Hells hierarchy. He wishes to bring forth the plains to one another and destroy everything.
So he dares to come here, first of all, to my realm, my lair, and lay waste to it?
That, and also to take the life of myself as the only individual from the Shadowfell who knows of his truest actions and what he had done previously in the Shadowfell.
With a large gust of wind and the clanging of metal, as you're looking down at the floor, you see two black plate boots approach you.
I don't move.
Rise.
I will.
You stand up. You are probably up to her chest. She looks down at you, her blazing orange eyes peering into your soul. So you are bringing ruin upon my land.
I'm going to try to keep control. Oh, this needs to be a good roll. 19?
I rolled an 18.
Oh my god. My heart is pounding. Zariel is not a friendly person. Do I get the... Can I roll an inside check to see if Zariel likes cotton candy?
Go for it.
No, I'm kidding. The food is bad. We don't have any more food. We're out of food. I'm sorry, so she said, so you're the one bringing ruin to my land.
Yep.
Myself, no, ma'am. It is the man who seeks to destroy it, Generoth. Stranvad Zadovich is not strong enough himself to be able to muster such strength from your divine prowess. Though if Generoth is able to provoke an uprising from the civilians, from his other fellow cohorts, and every other lower devil of this plane, he intends to ride all the way down to the 9th layer of hell and kill Asmodeus himself.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. 18.
She holds out her hand, and in a burst of flame appears this magnificent blue longsword. It does not appear fiendish in any way at all. It appears almost angelic. It hums slightly, and she holds it to your neck. Do not tempt me with false targets. Generoth has been a thorn for a very long time, and he has never once made an attempt upon the throne. So tell me now, why, when Strahd comes around, that he is suddenly so emboldened. With her free hand, she grabs her chin and pulls you in close,
because he knows Asmodeus is weak in its current state. If he were to bring someone from another plane here, a ruler of another plane, he may feel confident enough to be able to preside further down with many sacrifices of his own lives, his own friends, if he had them, to make it to Asmodeus. And with Stranvad Zarovich, who is a lord of the Shadowfell, that potential is possible. Asmodeus is frail right now. His vision beyond the hells is very limited, and he will not be able to seek aid beyond the 9 hells.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
You said with advantage?
Yep.
Okay, because that was a fucking natural 1. Dirty 20.
With her hand that is on your chin, she grabs your shoulder and throws you to the ground, forcing you on your knees. She walks around to your side and hefts her sword with both hands. You disgust me. She raises her sword high. Time seems to slow down. She lets out a mighty yell, and the sword begins to fall towards you. You close your eyes, expecting this to be the end. But nothing happens. You do not feel the blade in your neck. You open your eyes and look up at her, and you can see standing between her and you is Asmodeus. He is holding the edge of her blade in the flat of his hand. You can see sparks flying from his palm as she attempts to grind through his thumb towards you. He throws the blade aside and pushes her with his free hand about 30 feet back. She slides across the floor, sparks spraying everywhere. He offers you his hand.
I'll take it.
He pulls you up to your feet. Well, here I was, hoping we could all get along. Zariel looks furious, but bows to Asmodeus, and everybody else does as well.
And I'll take out from the bag of holding the dagger and just plant it into the ground in front of him as well.
He leans into you and whispers in your ear, "You probably should have led with that."
Fair. No, I think this is a good place. I think Jester can. I'll roll again. Fuck it. Why not? I got disadvantage. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Well, that is it then.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my god. So many times I was like, I should be prepared to cast banishment. I had banishment on the back burner the entire time. I was like, if this progresses, this is gonna end bad. And I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot about the fucking dagger. I fucking had full intention of when to say that Asmodeus spoke to me. I was totally meant to draw out the fucking dagger. Totally forgot about it in the heat of the moment.
You even specified that it was in the bag for this moment.
I know, and I blew it.
The DC for that persuasion check was 20, by the way. The DC for that persuasion check was 20. You would have died right there if you hadn't rolled 20.
Oh my god. And it's a good thing I had advantage because the fucking first one was a natural 1. And then it was a 17. I was so happy. I'm sweating. The hells suck.
Yeah.
Nothing good ever comes from the hells.
Nope.
But we lived, at least for now.
At least for now.
Until Genroth fucking comes down from the stand and just stabs us with an ice spear. Just, my plans!
So yes, we have met Zariel.
Oh, God. I'm surprised we didn't meet Zariel earlier, honestly.
Yeah, I thought about bringing her in earlier, but I was like, there's no reason.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, what would she be doing? She has no reason to go to the royal courts unless, like, ultimately needed.
She wouldn't talk to us anyway.
Yeah. If we even, like, walked too close, we would have gotten fucking obliterated by, like, Belle or someone.
Well, I think her bonus to hit is like 19. So, I mean...
You know, in reality, it's survivable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Only a natural 1 is needed. Every single attack, and she rolls like what, 4 times?
I closed my book. What page was she on?
I have no fucking clue.
180?
Probably not 180. Cause that's all the drow and stuff.
It is
oh no, you're
180.
right. You're right. 180. Twice.
Mm-hmm. Ouch.
It's also only plus 16 to hit, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We have way better odds now.
Let me roll just to see what she would have rolled to hit. That is a natural 20.
Okay, well, you know, in hindsight, we still probably would have melted.
40, 10, and 16 d8, probably.
Do you double the fire damage?
Pretty sure it's all damage, isn't it?
I mean, it depends on each DM. I always double just the weapon die and things that specify increases to the weapon die. So, like, sneak attack, divine smite.
Fair. I guess.
Because it's like poison. It's like just straight up poison damage. I wouldn't double that.
Yeah, I suppose. I see your point.
But at the same time, this is a little different. It's like fire damage, and it's based from the weapon. Though, for her, isn't it her effect is just like every one of her melee attacks does 8d8?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe in that case I would have been a bit wrong, but I think we still would have died anyway.
I mean, we've been pretty damn close.
We would
Look,
have, what, 59
execution
HP?
style, I think it would be safe to assume we would have fucking died. Like, if it's execution style, I'm not gonna fucking roll damage. That way someone like Gopher, who has resistance to all damage, is just sitting there unless he's actively trying to move out of the way or something. I don't think you're actively gonna survive guillotine.
That's it. You're dead.
That would be horrible to survive. Fucking the first one comes down, only chops in like half.
Well, I
So
mean,
they have
back
to
in the
bring
day,
it
that's
back
kind
up.
of what happened. Sometimes it didn't go through in one cut, so your head was kind of attached. Still.
Ugh, God.
A French man. So yeah, did you think you had died?
No. That's why I didn't banish. Because
Sort of vanish and be chased by her forever. Same with Strahd, forever.
I mean, look. Here's the thing, though, right? I have non-detection.
Uh-huh.
I could easily just banish and then non-detection for the rest of my life. It's only like 8 hours each. I got 3 spells of that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
24 hours each. Boom. I mean, I'm good. Oh, God, though. I was fully prepared to banish if she didn't, like, believe me at all.
Oh. So, yeah.
I doubted she was going to believe me anyways.
It was. Yeah. She has very little to gain from not killing you.
Yeah, in reality, it's like, this person who's bringing this enemy to me, yeah, we're going to fucking chop her off. Probably shouldn't have specified that, but, you know, I don't think lying to her is going to work out, because what's her passive insight?
Oh God, I closed my book again.
It's page 180. I got it right in front of me. Just for the sake of this, you know, her insight's actually only +8.
Wow, I expected more.
I mean, her intimidation's +18 and perception is +16, but her wisdom's only +8, so only. But like, I am fairly confident that Jester could have lied his way through that.
Well, that's a big ask. Especially when you have like a bunch of other devils standing around listening.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it would have been smart, but I mean, not all of their insights are going to be much better than Zariel's.
Yeah. Always the chance for a nat 20, though.
I mean, true.
But
that's sweet 90,000 XP.
I mean, we're talking like god level enemies here. There's no way in hell we could ever kill her.
There's no way in hell we would fucking leave the room. Like, even with Cloak of the Mana Bank, we wouldn't even get a turn. Do you see everyone that's in there? There's 10 Ice Devils. Bell, Oraz, Zariel. We've got Izith and Relic, and I'm pretty sure Relic will fucking club our head in too.
Yeah, he would definitely turn on us, as would fucking Izith.
In the circumstance, absolutely. I would give no blame to either of them. Or Meijin.
No, God no. She doesn't like us anyway.
Yeah. Like, she would have been the first to fucking put the boot in our back. Next to Zariel, who would have gotten easily an initiative 30. So, you know.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm not looking forward to...
the stakes have been raised high enough now?
Yeah. They're pretty high.
Went from 0 to 100 real quick there. Talking about the fate of the multiverse now. Very good.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I'm not gonna fucking be like, no, I mean, it's just this dude. He's gonna try to kill your boss and, you know, go from there. It's like the whole world literally would end. The entire, like, verse, the Forgotten Realm, would cease to exist if Asmodeus was slain.
It would just be a horribly shitty place to visit.
It would literally be what my next one-shot is.
Yeah.
All the planes in the same place just murdering each other.
Well, I suppose we'd still technically have time, because they'd have to win the Blood War. But if you're powerful enough to overthrow Asmodeus, I can't imagine the war is going to be too much more difficult.
No, especially if you have more numbers.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's like, my God. Literally. We are in the room with 3 Pit Fiends, 2 Aranyes, 10 Ice Devils, Zariel, and Asmodeus. None of them have less hit points than the dice that we use. Like... Ugh. And what do we have? We have Banishment and Cloak of the Mana Bank.
We could get out and then leave.
That would be our best bet. And even then, it would have to be non-detection for the rest of our life.
And then we're walking into God knows what caused by fucking...
Generoth. Strahd, Generoth. We have 5 villains. We don't. We have currently 3.
Okay, who's the third?
I'm still considering Asmodeus.
That's fair.
I feel like he's doing something.
He's definitely up to something.
What he showed me is not sitting well with Anna. Not even remotely. Him calling for help, I feel like he's about to drain their souls. Because he was talking about his soul. Because here's the thing. And I just don't know if this is just pure, you know, because this is the thing. It easily could just be a loophole, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how he didn't have sight out of his plane as much, Yeah, he was seeing all these people from the Feywild, or not the Feywild, the Shadowfell. It's like, I didn't know if that was insight poorly, or if that was a loophole, or if that was Asmodeus trying to fucking bullshit me.
I saw it more as he was having trouble seeing, but he still could. But it just took a lot from him.
That's the other thing, too. Is it like it could have been, I mean, it's just not that far. Don't get any ideas out of this.
I mean, it's quite a ways, regardless of how you look at it. Because we're talking about through the elemental chaos.
Yeah, but if you're also looking at it in this way, there's a door straight to where those two are, and then pretty close to that is where the entrance from the tree was, where we came from.
Fair, fine.
So, in reality, both places are actually pretty close. It'd be a different story if he was trying to show someone from, like, the material plane that had nowhere near the same thing. Like, if he was trying to show us the child that you drowned in a sink.
You take that back, you savage.
You drowned him in a sink. I'm not taking shit back. It's true.
I didn't do anything. There's no quantifiable proof.
There's Asmodeus's eyes. He fucking saw it.
But yes, everybody who is currently in that room has a plan.
Except for us.
Yep, we're just kind of there.
Is Generoth in that room?
We
wouldn't know.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, I'm as a DM, future DM, I'm gonna pretty much assume that he's not.
Yeah, I'd say he's not either.
Otherwise, that would be he would have been
fucking stand there and listen to
pants. Because all it would be is Zerial just turns to the left and dead. Like,
the fuck you mean you're working against it? Uh-oh.
oh no. Strahd, I'm gonna need your help here. And he's just not there. I'm imagining this ice devil in his disgusting insectoid body holding up like a Batman symbol for Strahd. Like, assistance, please, help.
A bat smashes in through a window and it's Strahd in disguise.
And then Zerial fucking destroys his body in like two swings.
Like one hit.
Yeah, like we could destroy Strahd's body, maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. Be a tall order.
It would be difficult. This is not a succubi that we're talking about here. Oh. Hey, but good news. Because of your mobile feet, you can move 10 more feet.
Hooray! I think she can fly 60, so I mean I can't really go anywhere.
She can fly 60, and she has a legendary action that lets her move another movement. So you're not getting far.
Oh, good.
She can literally move 120 feet with all of her actions still.
My favorite.
My favorite.
My favorite. That's great. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Creatures that always can move more for free is just scary.
It is terrifying. Or make free attacks just not on their turn. Oh.
Yeah, legendary actions and shit. It's like this homebrew like archfey that I made. He is not friendly. He's not like god like Zerial level. He's a CR of 20, but still. He is not fun.
Nuh-uh.
New.
Oh. So yeah, what's plans for next, huh?
I have literally no idea where I'm gonna pick up from that.
I'm glad I don't have to.
I have to legitimately think of what the fuck is going to happen because I don't want to go into that with nothing.
There are too many players on the board.
Yeah, I need to think of something.
It is atrocious, and I hate it.
Yeah, and who's the one that fucking did that?
Who's the one who said Generoth was mobilizing against the realm, huh?
What was I supposed to say?
What did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. Let me just walk in here. Oh, yeah, I totally just murdered Ilinara and just fucking nothing's wrong. Everything's cool. It's like, I have to fucking tell Ilinara, or not Ilinara, I have to tell Zariel. There's no way in hell I'm lying to her, because I do not have the deception. I have a +3. Like, ooh, big fucking whoop. She has a +5 modifier over me.
All right. So when you killed Ilinara and took that note that said Janaroth was conspiring with them,
Mm-hmm.
I never intended it for it to be much of anything.
Really?
Nope.
Oh man, Anna was riding on it. When she picked that up, her intentions of speaking with Sazeth or Ilinara immediately occurred. That was her first thought, was I need to do this. And then we got wrapped up in the wings, and at that point she just didn't want to know too much yet. She wanted to make sure that the sisters were fine, Ben was fine, that, everything still existed. Because being gone for 3 fucking days in hell, guess what? That's a lot.
That is a long time.
We were there for 2 days. Normally.
Not to mention how much time passes elsewhere, because time does not travel the same.
Does it not? I thought that was only in the Feywild.
I assumed it was everywhere, just to varying degrees.
Well, I know that Mechanus is different. Mechanus can actually fluctuate. It might not actually be that, but I've made the homebrew idea that Mechanus fluctuates. Like certain pockets of Mechanus go faster or slower.
I like it.
Unknown to the player, obviously.
Of course.
But at the same time, yeah, like the time didn't pass strangely in the Shadowfell, at least as far as we know.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been back, have we?
We have. We were back for like maybe an hour.
Oh, that's
right. We were back for a sleep.
We were chasing down that one woman.
We were chasing down one of the possible phylacteries for Strahd.
Yep.
This is all just before we recorded, by the way, folks. Like, just before we recorded. The session before it, even.
Literally the session before. We got to Hell, and then we decided to start recording it.
Yeah. We got to Hell, got our bracelet, and then that's when we started. But yeah, like, the moment Generoth was left on the table, I was expecting it to be bigger, because Ilinar and Sazeth had such this meager attempt of like protecting the brother or whatever, and I was like, that there might be more to that, depending on who they work for or who their contact is. So when Generoth came into play, I was like, that's not good. I don't trust these two. I didn't trust them to begin with. I trust them even less now.
I had intended for Asmodeus to be a bigger villain, and I was taking on more of a support role.
I mean, he's still basically a villain.
Oh god, he is still completely evil. There is no way around it. But he is benefiting us for his own benefit.
Yeah. For the time being. We still need to kill Generoth, because I think the one person of all existence you don't want to lose or don't want to fulfill a promise to is probably Asmodeus.
We've made a deal with him. If we don't, we're dead.
We're beyond dead. Like, we will be wiped from history. Asmodeus is the person who made the people that make bad deals. Like, he's the one that makes the patrons to give to shitty individuals.
Well, you take that back. He's a good boy.
Who?
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Zakaris over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Good boy.
Wow, rude. I mean, he's evil, obviously.
Yeah. I have plans. I have plans for Zakaris, but
I don't like that. Please don't.
But not every plan is malicious.
I don't trust you.
I mean, you did also just give me a pretty good lead into somehow tying this campaign to that one.
Yeah. It had been my intention since I introduced the Nameless, who apparently have a shit name, according to you, sir.
So you read the comment?
Oh yes, I did. I thought it was clever considering I couldn't come up with a fucking name.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I just love your comment after it. Big talk. And then immediately underneath it, Anna, the master manipulator, was outplayed and formed a deal with goddamn Asmodeus. Yeah, guess what? Asmodeus is the god of manipulating. Like, I don't think a master manipulator. It's like somebody who's a professional at chess going up against a chess master.
Yeah.
They're still going to get their ass whooped.
I found it strangely easy to come up with his, like, grand plan. Like, almost
Asmodeus?
uncannily easy, yeah.
Is it bad that I have no idea what that is still?
Probably
I mean,
just makes me a bad person.
I mean, I have a consensus, but at the same time, I don't. Because A, Anna would have no idea. B, I, as a player, have a vague idea from presumptions. And I don't want that to transfer over to Anna, so.
I will not go into detail.
Yeah, don't, if it's one of your grand schemes.
I kind of just make it up as whenever I introduce him. But,
I mean, that's what we
see.
do. That's what we've always done. Literally, this entire sit-down was all improvised, as everything else was. The only thing that I even planned was, now I'm even forgetting it. It was involving Jester. It was involving the second layer of hell. That's what it was. That was my only intention. Everything else leading up to it was completely improvised. When you threw out Generoth, I was like, hey, there's the tie-in.
I was like, wow, that's clever. We're going farther into hell. And then I had the spark of, like, we're going to go all the way. Then I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. Fuck that.
Yeah, we're going to skip to the 9th layer. It's different.
I want to leave.
So if someone on the 9th layer casts Banishment, do they still leave, or do they go to, like, the 8th layer?
I think they just stay there.
Really? I don't think so. Because it's not like its own, like, plane of existence, is it?
The whole the 9 hells is. So if you cast Banishment on something from the hells, surely it would just fail.
I'm talking about us.
Oh.
I mean, knowing you, it probably wouldn't work because we're so close to Asmodeus. He would just be like, no, and just snap his finger and we
what is
disintegrate.
that supposed to mean? Because it's you.
Look, you burned Amy to a crisp because Anna was trying to do something nice.
It's not my fault you didn't know what those armlets did, is it?
See, I again, being a novice and actually playing, I'm always like ahead of myself, and I wanted to cast Identify on the bracelets a long ass time ago. Totally forgot about it.
Always have to play as if the DM is out to get you, even if they aren't. Because somewhere or another you will be fucked over by a decision.
I mean, I was fucked over by a decision anyways.
Oh, and just think, if she hadn't actually died, you might not have taken that deal.
I mean, let's be honest, I probably would have been forced to anyways.
Probably.
It's Asmodeus. It's Asmodeus. He's right there. What am I do? Like, say no? The reason we took the deal wasn't because of Amy. It was because we had no magic.
Fair. That is also valid.
We wouldn't have been able to do literally anything. We wouldn't have been able to try to escape. We would have just died.
Ooh. At this point in time, I highly doubt we'll ever fight Asmodeus.
No, I don't think we're ever going to fight Asmodeus. At least I never had the intention of having us fight him.
No.
I had the intention of us, like, either avoiding him and him eventually, like, losing sight of us, or we fulfill the role and come to a consensus to leave each other the fuck alone.
Yeah, that was my consensus as well. That, or we just fuck things up so bad, he's just like, I can't deal with you.
I can't kill you in my state. Just leave.
You fucked everything up, but you haven't broken the deal, so therefore I can't take your soul, so get out.
That's true. What was the deal anyways? I don't think I remember. I don't think I know about it.
He'd grant you power for a favor. His favor just happens to be the death of Janaroth.
Oh, that's right. I thought it was the favor for bringing back Amy.
Oh, that's my favorite too.
Oh, great. I owe 2 favors to Asmodeus. Great. Hey, Jester, you're getting a 3rd roommate.
They're already so small in here.
Yeah, with your fucking devil door. Which, by the way, people, is absolutely just a joke. I mean, it wasn't before, but it became one now.
Didn't we use it to distract Strahd at some point?
Absolutely. You opened your own door. It was
That's
either
right.
that or it was Anna opened the door to try to, like, flood Strahd out.
One of us opened up the door and it overwhelmed him and he left. That I
Yeah.
remember.
That's all I remember. I just remember us being separated for a time. And I remember at being the DM at the time, may or may not have forcing Jester to sit for nearly a century watching I don't know the actual relation. I assumed like sister or something. Just rotting in his hand, basically.
I had originally assumed daughter, but
Daughter.
yeah.
I was just going off of what I thought, so that is
Eh,
all
it's
up
all
to you.
behind us now. I highly doubt it's going to play any sort of role in anything coming up.
I mean, Strahd. It's possible.
I suppose.
But regardless, Strahd, A, probably wouldn't know. B, as a DM and player, I wouldn't have known. So, considering we also didn't really come up with like any backstory off the bat.
I think we came up with a prompt for the story and that was it.
Yeah.
And then that immediately got thrown out the window.
Yeah. Immediately because we were dumb and didn't know our own stupid abilities. We wouldn't have ended up in the fucking Shadowfell because we would have just transformed and gotten the hell out of it.
We went from the material plane to Isgard to the Shadowfell for like way too fucking long.
Which Isgard wasn't even real.
No.
It was made up in the demiplane by Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
Which was my intention once we were learning more and more about Strahd, just turning that whole island into his creation. At the time of, when I was first doing it, not even remotely the intention.
God, no.
At all. I was like, they're at Isgard. And this weird dude that Jester just so happens to have met and knows much about Jester is just there. I had no plans for him at all. Nothing.
When I sat down and I was like, okay, what is our relationship to the overall world? Where did we come from? I'm like, well, it's got to be from him, right? Like, there's no other way. Everything we've done is played so perfectly into his master plan.
Yeah, in a way. My own stupidity of letting the fucking phylacteries run through. That was because Strahd made me do it.
He would never have gotten to that position if it wasn't for us. So, we're responsible, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we absolutely are. My headphone wire is getting even worse. I might have to get some new Turtle Beaches.
I had to buy some new ones.
I was gonna say, you do sound pretty much like a lot better on your end.
Do I?
Yeah. Like I'm not hearing background noise as much.
Weird.
There was an episode of The Great Gods where I was like, God, Mason, I hate you. I hate everything. If you listen to like the early episodes, you'll hear just you in the background. I swear to God, it sounds like you're playing baseball inside of your room. It's like everything's getting crashed down, thrown around. It sounds like someone drove into your house.
I don't talk about the incident, okay?
Yeah, your flat land and just that one person flew into your house.
Whenever
in the
there's
middle
a
of
wind,
flat...
things get violent.
Oh my God, that was fun though.
Yeah,
I am really excited for what we got planned.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm not as a player, but as a writer, I'm excited.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. As a player, I'm just like dreading the next session.
Next session could be life or death the entire session. I mean,
Ugh.
not like it hasn't been, but even more so. It's been life or death every single damn day. But it hasn't been god tier life or death.
No, now we're dealing with the fate of everything instead of just ourselves.
We're dealing with Zariel. We're dealing with Asmodeus. We're dealing with Strahd. Strahd is the lord of the fucking Feywild, or Shadowfell. So I mean,
How do you get them confused?
every single, because I don't know, it's Shadow Fey. Shadow
Shadowfell.
Fey. I don't know why. I just go into Shadow Fey.
This is
And
the
there is a thing in the Feywild that's like the underpass of it. I think it's like called the Underdark or something.
okay.
I was doing research on it because I made another magic item for hashtag through the veil.
Nice plug.
Yeah, it's not coming out for a long ass time, but it's like, because if you don't know, the Feywild is literally like an echo to the material plane.
Mm.
So same thing with the Shadowfell. So just how there's like the underpass to the material plane, there's an underpass to the Feywild, and it's like the Fey Dark. That's what it's called, the Fey Dark. So I keep getting the Shadowfell and Fey Dark mixed up.
Sir, how do you do this?
I don't. I swear I'm dyslexic. It's with certain things I'm dyslexic. I don't know what it is.
Shayla.
Okay, that's my own fault because the names are so damn different, or so damn similar. It's all it is the difference of where the L is. That's it. Is it before the Y or before the A?
Well, yes, this has been a lot of fun.
It has. I think this is a pretty good place to stop, considering we are at 2 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah,
Thank you, everybody,
okay.
for listening. It has been quite the adventure. We will be back again eventually.
Yeah.
But until then, have a good whatever the fuck it is you people do. Goodbye.
Sleep on time.
I wish.
Don't be us. It's 4 a.m. Don't do it. All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Adios.